Everyone and welcome back to Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal, where we are continuing through Challenge Mode. Our Challenge Mode episodes tend to be very casual since it's just the same game again. I generally do more like cutting in to check in when major things happen, like weapon upgrades and whatnot. We are currently working our way through the game. We're about just under halfway through, and I've gotten a good number of my weapons up to V8, the maximum level, Omega weapons. Let's see, we've got 7. Looks like 7 of them are up to V8. Still have not picked up the Rhino, saving up the money for that, but first we do need to make sure we've gotten all the other mega weapons first. And we're getting close. I think we have just 5 left. But yeah, so where are we at right now in the story? Meet with Courtney Gears at Annihilation Nation. I'm gonna real quick run back and get the rest of the sewer crystals first, and then we'll go meet up with Courtney Gears. Alright, off we go. Almost immediately in the sewers, I got the liquid nitrogen gun up to Giga rank. And there's liquid nitrogen V8, the Omega liquid nitrogen gun. I'm really enjoying this weapon. This is a fun one. But I'm switching over to multi-disc now, which got no experience. How much experience did that get? Oh, goodness. 5. Oh, okay. Yeah, I am definitely noticing that late game weapons get a lot less experience in the earlier levels, which is fair, it's reasonable, but oof. In that case, maybe Agents of Dread, since we're largely on the ceiling for this one. And the Agents of Dread hit V7, Giga Agents of Dread. I love them. Look at them go to town. And they hit V8. Nice, that should be 10, half of our weapons up at V8 now. I'm very happy with that progress. Splitter rifle time. Oh ho! Wait, hang on, how much experience does that start with? Actually, I should pay attention to the actual numbers. Let's see. It is starting at 1485. We got a boss about to drop down. And the boss gave it nothing. Okay, just started at that level. Got it. Great. Probably none of my weapons are going to get much experience then at this point. Not in Aquatos. And Megaturret Glove is at V7. The sniper rifle is close behind. It has been getting experience, just not quite as fast as I would have liked or expected. And there's the sniper rifle at V7. Nice. Alright, Decimator hitting V7 now. And I'm coming close-ish to the end of the crystal grind. Alright, made it back with all the remaining crystals. Let's go ahead and hand these over. Get the rest of our bolts. And that puts us up at 1.7 mil. Nice. Let's see, what can we get? The Mega Rift Ripper, the Mega Quacko Blitzer, the Mega Heavy Bouncer. 2 left. 2 left before we can get the Rhino. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting so much closer. Alright, next up is Annihilation Nation. Trying to decide if I should do all the Annihilation Nation missions right now, or if I should wait so we can do a showcase in the 100-round challenge. They'll figure it out. I can also always redo challenges, so we can probably do a showcase later if need be. But for now, that experience is valuable, very valuable. Alright, got another upgrade to V8. The Decimator is now complete. Alright, Sniper Rifle hit V8. Splitter Rifle is done, another one off the list. Alright, about to start Championship Bout 2. Before we do, we got a ton of money, so let's buy some more weapons. Mega Plasma Storm and Mega Tesla Barrier. Alright, only weapon left is the Rhino. I'm coming for you, Rhino, soon. Alright, multi-disc gun is now V7. Alright, got about a third of the way through Quarktastic Battle. Didn't quite get any level ups, but yeah, I'm not quite strong enough to take that on right now. Then let's head on to our next area, which I think is going to be, I'm heading off to Holostar Studios next. Alright, got the Omega multi-disc gun here in the Courtney Gears fight. That is another weapon done. And taking down Courtney Gears got the bouncer up to V7.
One disposable puppy.
And it looks like that's the bouncer hitting V8. That is the bouncer hitting V8. Alright, looks like 6 left to go before the Rhino. Alright, Tesla Barrier just hit Giga, which is V7. Very nice. So remember how we originally grinded up the Holo Shield glove? Where is it? Here we go. Ultra Shield Launcher. Let's do this. Let's do this all over again. How quick is that gonna... Look at it go! Look at it climb up there pretty surprisingly quickly. It's gonna take a little while, but it's going. And this is a great place to grind it up at. Oh crap. Oh crap. That hurts. That hurts a lot. Alright, got it up to V7. Still haven't made it out of the first room, but getting closer. Just a few enemies left. And when it starts killing enemies, it gets a lot of experience. So, yeah, this is a good place to work on it. And there it is, up to V8. Another weapon done. Okay, back to more reasonable weapons. And right as we're getting off of this exploding ship, I got the Mega Turret up to V8. Alright, anyone I can snag with, let's say the Rift Ripper before we get out of here. Have fun in my rifts. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, as wise as it would be to save the money for the Rhino, because we do need to get it up to V8. I'm gonna play it a little bit safe, and I'm gonna get the Infernox armor, partially because...
Excuse me, could somebody make sure that there's coffee brewing in the...
we get a trophy, and our final skill point. That is every single skill point in the game. Awesome. Almost done. Just like 2 more trophies to go, I believe? 2 more trophies that I can think of to go. Alright. Got the Omega Tesla barrier. That is up to V8, 3 left. Kinda regret not saving up for the Rhino now. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine. We can get the Rhino up, I'm sure, easily enough. Alright. Rift Ripper is now V7, Giga Rift Ripper. And that should be Rift Ripper V8. Awesome, another one down, and we are 2 nanotech away from our nanotech being maxed out. Alright, there's the Quackablitzer up to V7. Yes, I did die. Yes, this is still a hard level even when I'm not going for the skill point. Though I am still using a gimmick weapon to do this level, so I don't know if it really is all that much harder. Alright, got the Giga Plasma Storm. Up to V7, nice. Alright, hit 200 nanotech and got the Nano Finder Trophy. That is our maximum health we can possibly have. Finally maxed out. Plus our 80% defense from our Infernox armor, and what does that give us? Functionally, that gives us 1000 health. In the base game units of health, that is, before you start getting armor. So that's really nice. We have so much health, we will never run out. Watch me die, as I've been doing repeatedly in this level. But hey, I made it past the checkpoint at least, and I actually made it to the end. Did I just get skill point time while getting all 100 tokens and dying at least a few times? What the heck? Also, I think we have enough for the Rhino now. Let's double check that. Alright, yes, that is enough for the Rhino. Let's go get the Rhino. Oh, heck yes. That'll be every purchase in the game done. Hello, Rhino. Alright then, now we've got to upgrade it. Now we have to upgrade it. Oh goodness. Well, thankfully we have just Plasma Storm, Quackablitzer, and Rhino, and that's it. We are very close to fully max, just the Rhino's a bit behind. And very quickly, first set of enemies in Quark's hideout, V8 Plasma Storm, nice. 2 left. Alright, I'm finding myself really hating the Quark bot, so let's check out the Rhino. Let's see what the Rhino does. Quackablitzer, not the best weapon for this situation, I think. Rhino, just a whole bunch of missiles. Lock onto all the enemies, charge directly at them, destroy with prejudice. Very nice weapon. Way better for this situation than the Quackablitzer. It is gonna take a lot of experience to level up, isn't it? Oh dear. Okay, that was only a couple of them, so, but we got 848 out of 20,000. So, nearly a 20th of the experience we need just from that one small encounter. Still gonna need a ton more experience, but at least we're on our way. And there's the Quackablitzer V8. All that remains is the Rhino. Let's do this. And I was able to confirm there is no mega version of the Rhino. Once you hit it to V5, that is max. So we just need to get this up to V5 and we have every weapon maxed out. I am really loving how when the Rhino is out, I love the targeting reticle just showing you, look at all the things you're about to just destroy. Everything's going to die. It's beautiful. I need to stop getting hit unnecessarily. But I do love that it just, look at that. Look at all those boxes that I could easily just murder. Oh, hi. And if you're locked onto fewer targets than your maximum, they'll just focus in on whatever you're targeting, which is really nice. All right, there's the Rhino V2. I'm assuming it can lock onto more. Yeah, it can lock onto more. It's even more deadly. Beautiful. And it's just gonna keep getting deadlier and deadlier. Let's do this. There's Rhino V3. I'm doing a run through of Mylon before heading on to do the Quarktastic challenge at Annihilation Nation, just to try and make sure I've got as many levels as possible going in, so we can spend as much of that as possible showing off our weapons. Alright, let's see how much the V3 Rhino does to you. Not nearly as much as I had hoped, to be honest. Plasma Storm does more, what the hell? I assume when the Rhino gets to higher levels, it'll be even stronger. And this is New Game Plus Challenge Mode Nefarious. He's already going to be quite a bit stronger. I think I'm gonna go ahead and repeatedly, deliberately die here to grind out Rhino levels against the enemies in the second phase. If I can get through you, my goodness, you hit hard. Alright, there's the Rhino V4. One more level and it'll be completely leveled up. I think that would be a good time to go show things off in the arena. Alright, let's do this. Quarktastic battle. Let's set up our... Let's set up our hotbar so that we can show off every individual weapon at its Omega level. Starting off, we have the shock cannon. We can hold down the fire button to charge up an even bigger shot, but it's basically just a shotgun, which has become extremely long range. Look how long range that is. Next up, we have the Nitro Eruptor, our bomb weapon, which, whoo, that explosion is massive. The explosion just got ever bigger as we leveled it up. Next up, we've got the what is this? N90 Hurricane. It's just the N90 Hurricane still, Omega form. Fair enough. Our regular pistol. I believe the shots do bounce around if they hit things. Yeah, they will ricochet, which is super nice. So those shots can actually keep hitting people for a little bit. Next up, we've got the Quantum Whip, which is both just a good whip, and now fires out a beam, kind of like the Master Sword in Zelda games. Does it leave any status effects on enemies? I assume it might actually leave a status effect on enemies it hits that don't die. Next on our list is the Infecto Bomb. Hits every single enemy, hits every enemy within our range, infecting them all and turning them against each other. It will eventually wear off, but while enemies are infected, they will take continuous damage and be attacked by their fellow enemies. Vortex Cannon. I'm a big fan of the Vortex Cannon. Suck up littler enemies, use them as ammo to hit bigger enemies. If enemies survive their initial attacks that they get hit by, hit them with a Vortex Cannon shot and they survive, well, they'll light on fire for a little while. More damage. Tempest can lock up onto... How many can the Tempest lock onto? 7 enemies simultaneously? And it won't just hit them. If there's any enemies in between or even behind them, they'll probably get hit as well. Those electrical shots go hard. Let's see. Enemies do have to be on screen to be hit, but it can go directly through enemies and hit more than just what you're targeting. Agents of Dread will start out flying and firing off missiles. Eventually, they will run out of flight stamina, drop to the ground, and charge directly at the enemies for a self-destruct. Okay, let's finish off this timed round real quick. Alright, that is our first 8. Next up we have this set of weapons. We have the splitter rifle, our sniper rifle. Just simply an incredibly powerful sniper rifle. Does a ton of damage. I would not be surprised if it had the highest damage in the game. 8,400 power. Okay, Agents of Dreads technically have higher, but they're more autonomous. Mega Turret is 15,600, but that's over time, over several shots. Like, the Rhino is more powerful, but it's the Rhino. Yeah, it's one of the most powerful weapons in the game. And it's just a really nice sniper rifle. No headshots, unfortunately. No, like, body part weaknesses, but still good. Decimator fires at enemies, just a big missile, which splits into several smaller heat-seeking missiles that'll lock on to further enemies. Decimator, very nice. Ultra Shield Launcher. First off, defends from any enemies trying to attack us. As long as their attacks actually hit the shield, it'll defend from it. Yeah, I'm not exactly playing optimally. I'm just trying to show these off. But in addition to enemies not being able to fire through it, it also slowly drains their health, feeding that health into you. And every time it gets hit, it fires off a series of shots to damage the enemies. Next up, multi-disc gun, my favorite type of weapon in the series. Fire one disc, it'll split into 2. If those 2 discs hit more objects or enemies, they'll further split into 2. Several times they will split until they hit a total of 16 blades. They ricochet all over the place. They home into enemies. They're just really nice. Next up, we've got the Rift Ripper. Creates a rift, which will zap enemies and also suck them up. Very nice. None can escape its pull, except for, like, bosses, probably. And yeah, look at that. It zaps enemies, too, to help weaken them and get them ready to be sucked in. Quacko Blitzer turns enemies into ducks, and if you don't have a current flaming phoenix duck with you, the next enemy to be transformed will become one of those. And periodically, it'll just walk onto an enemy to kamikaze. It'll home in on it, charge in, and explode, killing itself and possibly the enemy. The Rhino locks onto many enemies at once with numerous unbelievably powerful missiles and just kind of vaporizes them. But that's at V4. Its behavior will change at V5 in a significant way. Mega Turret Glove, just an autonomous turret that will lock into any nearby enemies and fire at them one enemy at a time until they go boom. Very good to set out multiple of them at once. Last 4 weapons are the Liquid Nitrogen Gun. It turns enemies into ice. And once they turn into ice, they're going to shatter and die. Tesla Barrier will zap any enemies that were near, as well as protect us against their weapon fire. We can walk up to enemies and slowly drain them to death like this. But if you get hit, there's a high risk that you will lose your bolt multiplier. Bouncer, fantastic weapon, best weapon from Going Commando. Just a giant bomb that you throw out that turns into a lot of smaller bombs. You can only have one bouncer shot at a time. You need to wait until every little bomb has dissolved or gone off before you're able to fire out another one, so it is limited in that way. Plasma Storm, fire off a plasma shot that just heads in a straight line, zapping any enemies unfortunate enough to come near it. And with that, I'm gonna try and get my Rhino up to V5 so that we can check out what its V5 behavior is, which is going to be significantly different. It's gonna take a while, isn't it? Oh, right, since we're on... I might actually need to go back to Mylon to grind it out, but... since this is technically a completed level, yeah, 50,000, we have 1,600, this might take a bit. And there is the Rhino V5. Getting our final trophy in the game. That should put us up to all 15, I want to say. Oh, we won't be able to see it from here. We got to go back to the Phoenix. But what does our new Rhino V5 do for us? Well, nothing? Did it just do nothing? Oh, there we go. It just kind of incinerates all enemies on screen. It's supposed to be a room clear. But that was not a great first showing, to be honest. Let's go test it against Nefarious real quick. Alright, Nefarious, eat Rhino. Rhino V5. Well, it does a lot of damage. Just to everything in the room. But God, Nefarious has a lot of health. It's working. I mean, it's absolutely working. But God, he just has so much health. Final boss challenge mode Nefarious is hard, apparently. I could get through him with this. But it's definitely gonna be interesting. Actually, we could, hypothetically, completely destroy him with just this weapon. It looks like it is doing enough damage fast enough, but I think it's more valuable to incinerate the enemies that are defending him with our Rhino and use our other weapons for Nefarious. Since the Rhino is definitely more suited towards regular enemies, though some of these really tough endgame enemies, the fact that these big robots aren't dying in one hit is really terrifying. So yeah, that is the Rhino V5. Just kind of incinerates most enemies. But sadly, it is not a just instant kill on every enemy, it would be really nice if it was just an instant kill on all regular enemies. But hey, I do like me a screen clear. Alright, let's head off and take on that 100-round challenge. Alright, I finally figured out what's up with the sleeping gas rounds. They are a constant, slow drain of your health. They tick down by 1 health every few seconds. That's what the sleeping gas is. Alright, took me long enough to figure that out. It took a surprising and unfortunate number of attempts to get to the last round. I don't know why I'm having trouble, but I'm having trouble. Actually, I do know why I'm having trouble. I hate that goddamn turret. The turret that keeps popping up is awful, but clearing it out gives 2 million bolts. Not that we need it, because we are finally done with everything. Other than beating Nefarious in challenge mode, but I don't feel the need to do that. So then, with finally our challenge mode run finally complete, all that's realistically left is Nefarious, and I don't care to do that. We have just one more thing to do before this series is complete, and that's check out all the unlockables we get for getting all the skill points, all the trophies, and all the titanium bolts. And just to be certain that I haven't missed anything, let's go double check if we have all the trophies. We should have all 15 at this point. You look ridiculous in that Infernox armor. Alright, off to the Phoenix trophy room. And let's see our collection.
Attention all you sissy jellyfish.
Perfect. All 15. We've got Ratchet, We've got Clank, Captain Quark, Dr. Nefarious, Scrunch, Lawrence, The Plumber, Courtney Gears, Al, Titanium Collector for all the titanium bolts, Skill Master for every skill point, Nano Finder for 200 nanotech, Annihilation Nation Champion for clearing every Annihilation Nation challenge, Friend of the Rangers for clearing every Rangers mission, Omega Arsenal for getting every weapon maxed out, and that is all 15. So yeah, next time on Ratchet and Clank Up Your Arsenal, the finale, as we check out what's through this door, as well as all the unlockables we have in the special menu. I'll see everyone next time for that.